When I had moved out of my house, well, I moved out of my mom's house into the household of my church, a lot of the girls from my church started noticing things about me that I would just shut down. And they were really concerned with me, like I wasn't taking care of myself, wasn't really healthy. I mean, I wasn't treating myself well.
I was like 19 or 20 when I first realized something was wrong. I was partying. I lived in Lake Tahoe, and I was partying pretty hard, using some hard drugs. And I stopped, and some of the things I felt when I was on drugs didn't go away, so I realized I had some symptoms.
Sleeping, tuning the world out. Depression doesn't mean that a person is, typically you would think when somebody's depressed, they're crying all the time. No, I cry, I have emotions, but the heart of my depression is tuning everything out and sleeping and trying to procrastinate, having to face the world.
It's a feeling of profound dissatisfaction with myself and everything about me, from dissatisfaction with my body type to being overweight, being really unhappy about that, yet not being motivated to diet, to do something about it. Being dissatisfied with my social life or lack of a social life. Really being dissatisfied with every aspect of my life, and at the same time, while I'm dissatisfied with it, pushing it away and drifting into a fantasy world.
I can get so wrapped up in my thoughts, in my negative thoughts, that I can't get out of bed and move. It's like I want to get up, I want to go take a shower, I want to clean my room. I know I should, and I'm looking at the mess in front of me, but I can't actually push through.
I just was really sad. Didn't really know how to control my emotions. I would have outbursts and anger, and I would be very introverted, keeping to myself.
And there's been times I've sat in my thoughts for hours, and then all of a sudden I look at my watch and I'm like, 3 hours passed by. How the heck did 3 hours pass by? What? And then I feel really upset, frustrated, because I never feel like I have enough time for everything, because my thoughts are running so quickly and so fast and so much that all my energy is being exhausted in my thoughts, and so I can't prioritize my outside life outside of what I'm thinking, and it gets really, really hard and frustrating and discouraging.
Sometime within the last decade, I went through a very dark period where I cut off life. One of the clues that something was wrong was when the lights went out in my apartment. The lights went out not because there was a power outage, but my power was cut. I had money in the bank to pay the electric bill, but to pay the electric bill would have required opening my mail.
He gets a little agitated, and when he's having a depression himself, and if I go in to wake him up, he wants to be completely left alone. He doesn't want to be talked to.
But when the lights went off, that was sort of a wake-up call that something needed to be done. I got the bill paid within a day, but it sparked a bigger question for me, which was, how could I have let this happen? What was actually going on with me that I wouldn't have even opened my mail? It wasn't just, by the way, the electric bills that I didn't open. I didn't open any mail. There was personal mail in a stack this high that had not been addressed. That was a recognition that caused me to start to seek out help.
Basically, they were concerned about me being taken care of, and they encouraged me to get therapy. And at first I was really pushy and I didn't want to, and then eventually I decided to go. And then I got diagnosed with major depression and also post-traumatic stress disorder. So I was, at first I was very, very frustrated and angry and insecure, but the more I worked on it and the more support I had in my group, I've gotten to see that actually it can be a strength instead of a weakness.